Welcome back. Let us jump straight up into it. Our quote of the day, it goes this way. It says, don't wait to buy real estate. Okay? The real estate will not wait for you. All right? So it says, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. I take it again. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate. Good afternoon and welcome back to BDTV. We're still reaching you right here from Ikoyi, most definitely Lagos City. And this is Industry Focus, where we give you updates on various industries, both home and abroad, be it local or global, hence identifying pros and cons of our several industries and how its economic value, that's its economic value, plus how it affects the GDP of Nigeria, lives of Nigerians and Nigerians across the globe in relative to the rest of the world. You're welcome. This is Industry Focus. We have 5 segments, or better still, 4 segments coming your way. Let me just read them out before we take that break. One will have quote of the day on real estate, talking about property and business. A second segment will follow through. We will have our captain's opinion with our guest, Mr. Victor Enyingwa. I hope I pronounced his name properly, right? He's a surveyor, a property valuer, and of course, a real estate expert. He's also the GM of Periwinkle's Residence. You know it very well globally. All right. After that, and before we take the third segment, obviously we'll focus on that particular topic where we talk about Nigerian real estate industry, a sleeping giant or a missed opportunity. And then we jump straight to the next segment, which will be deal or no deal. We hear the Lagos state government declares 176 estates illegal. That is something to watch out for. And right after that, we do have our retrospect, Nigerian real estate so far, and the predictions ahead 2029. Don't change that station. Stay with us. Onyeka Valentine is my name. It's still BDTV. Let's go on that break. When we come back, let's get this program on the road. Industry Focus it is. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let us jump straight up into it. Our quote of the day, it goes this way. It says, don't wait to buy real estate. Okay? The real estate will not wait for you. All right? So it says, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. I take it again. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. They were not my words, rather the words of T. Harvey Eck, that is E-K-E-R. You can go check him up online and see all the great quotes they have on real estate. All right, so let's jump straight up into this one that will give you more to think about. Okay, now our captain's opinion is key, and like we know, whatever you do, how you do it, ask those who know about it, and they will give you the answers that you need. So our guest today, Mr. Victor Enyingwa. He's an estate surveyor, a valuer, right, with 15 years of experience in the real estate sector. He is the general manager of Periwinkle's Residence. Mr. Victor holds a BSc in estate management, MSc in estate management also, and an MSc again in facility management. He has it well packed from the University of Lagos. He is a chartered estate surveyor and a valuer licensed with Estate Surveyors and Valuer Registration Board, ESVARBON. It's called SVAP. If I pronounce that properly, SVAPON. That's it. A member of Nigerian's Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuer. He is a facility manager, professional, registered under the International Facility Management Association, IFMA. Is well packed. He is Oak 42, graduate of the Institute of National Transformation, INT. He's happily married with 2 wonderful kids. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my guest with a big smile, Mr. Victor. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Welcome. I hope I was able to give a robust information about you. I saw you smiling during the introduction. I hope I touched those important points. How do you pronounce it? ESVARBUN. Esvapon. I mean, I don't know everything. I only know some. You're welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Speaking about real estate and speaking about property, if there's anything that will strike our viewers the most, is where to invest, how to invest, and of course, more importantly, which real estate, property to look at. So our listeners over time send their questions and they wanted to know, where do they look towards, or rather, who do they look to when it comes to real estate? So we have to bring you to the studio. So you're welcome again.
Thank you.
Let's jump into this. So our viewers, they sent this. They said, with everything in real estate, they want to know, why will somebody choose real estate over any other segment or rather sector to invest?
Okay, thank you very much. Real estate, if you look at Nigerian GDP,
yes,
real estate is the 3rd economic contributor to GDP, about 10.7%, thereabouts. 3rd before crop production and trade. In fact, oil and gas is below. Oil and gas and petroleum industry, they're just below.
They're below.
Yes. So I don't know if we can attribute this to what the present government is doing. Yes, which you cannot. It's not far from it. Because we know we are in 2024. We know where real estate was 2023. So real estate investment has great potentials if you compare it with other investment options. One is our population. If you look at our housing deficit, we have about 28 million housing deficit. It means that what we have available now, the housing units we have available now, is not enough for the population that we have. So we need to build 28 million units of houses in order to take care of our population.
Before we go ahead, let me tie it to the most important one, which is this now. Because I hear you build 28 million houses.
Yes.
Okay. So this one says the sleeping giant, because see, our topic is Nigerian real estate industry, a sleeping giant or a missed opportunity. So our viewers want to know, they say the sleeping giant, in your own expert opinion, you've answered some already. What are the biggest factors keeping this giant asleep in Nigeria? Is it part of that 28 million we're talking about?
Yes. Okay. And the housing deficit, there are factors that contributed to that. One of them is also infrastructure deficit. If you look at real estate development, you can't really do, in this modern world, you can't do reasonable real estate development without provision of infrastructure.
Right.
When we talk about infrastructure, we are talking about good access road. We are talking about power supply. We are talking about water. We are talking about electricity, power. If you look at what's going on now, most developers, they provide those infrastructure themselves and pass the bill to subscribers. You and I know that our mortgage, we are coming to that.
Yes,
you and I know that our mortgage system is in coma, kind of.
Sleeping, resting, we're not resting, but
ICU.
ICU, that's the word.
ICU.
On life support.
Yes, life support. So developers provide infrastructure, which is the major bulk of the capital outlay. Now, when you are using 40% or 30 to 40% of your funds to provide infrastructure, you now use the rest to provide the housing itself. That's why you see most developers are cutting corners, those without integrity. What that means is the housing stock itself, the housing units will be very expensive. We find a 2-bedroom in Shangotedo probably going for 70-80 million.
I wonder why.
You wonder why. And your target subscribers are people maybe who are earning 500 to 1 million naira per month.
Right.
Do you understand? No functional mortgage system. Now, most developers are innovative enough to give a flexible payment plan to subscribers. Maybe you pay over 3 years. And when they're paying over 3 years, in bid, the developer will not have enough money to procure building materials. And deflection will set in.
Yes.
There will be variation. Do you understand? So many things. Infrastructure deficit is one of them. Another one is policy inconsistency in terms of land policies.
In the space of the government now.
Yes, in the space of the government. We know some developers that started some projects, got some Nigerians in diaspora to key in. Before you know it, the government will come, demolish.
We have a segment for that.
Okay.
We'll definitely touch there.
Okay.
We'll touch there. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you are just joining us, we're speaking with not only well-seasoned, but also well-experienced gentleman in the name of, or rather in the names, he has a lot of accolades, but Mr. Victor Enyingwa is with us, giving us that which we need. You've mentioned those key areas. Let's jump into this one. It says, the financial and the financial and the accommodation area, right, is part of this issue.
Yes.
And so the question now is, and this our viewers said this, they say with mortgage rates often in double digits and significant upfront deposit required for ownership by people who want buildings or who want properties. And so the question now is this: is there a demand from the masses when it comes to middle class people? Are they reaching out? Are they even making any, is it favoring them in any way? Or is it just only for the rich? Forget about middle class, forget about the poor.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. I don't want to sound sarcastic.
Yes.
If we still, as Nigerians, if we still believe that you have the middle class, that's that notion is prophetic.
Okay.
We are believing that we have the middle class.
Right.
Now, our government is so lethargic when it comes to mortgage, do you understand, administration. It is controlled by Federal Ministry of Finance. But we don't have functional mortgage system. That is the truth of the matter. I know that they are doing one or two things to revamp that, and they've been doing it over time, from 1999. But it has not really yielded results. So private sector, they've hijacked that, and most of them are there for profit. Do you understand?
Yes. So I don't mean to cut you. I mean, there's some pictures I saw on the internet of, people getting out there to see if they can get mortgage. We have those pictures, some of them, you see people, giving keys to, intending owners of buildings. But yet, when they get those keys on mortgage, do they really feel as if they own something? Can you just say, okay, I've paid some money for mortgage. Can I believe that I own a home and not worry that tomorrow the government can come and knock it down and all that stuff?
Yes.
This is one of the fears that people who are within that space that can afford these buildings, that's what they're worrying about. What should they be thinking of?
I know some of my clients who have tried to access mortgage and the time pass. The requirements, they will almost ask you to snap the tomb of your grandfather as evidence.
Right.
But what we should look at, let's look at solution here.
Yes, please.
Now, we should come up with creative mortgage financing solutions.
Okay.
What happens to rent to own? Rent to own.
Rent to own.
Now you are a newly married person. Maybe you have a child. You have your 3-bedroom. So you pay rent in Lekki, maybe for 3-bedroom, 15 million naira. The rent you pay should serve as payment for the 3-bed. Do you understand?
The rent you pay,
yes,
should serve as payment for the 3-bedroom.
Bed, yes, to own the 3-bed.
Okay.
That's what should happen. And for this to work, because, our government, why in other climes, the citizens or the populace, they believe so much in their government, is the compassionate or the compassionate aspect of governance. Do you understand? If you look at your citizens, that owning a home confers dignity, do you understand, to them, and they will believe in what you do. They can stick their neck for the government. Do you understand? You'll be able to meet all these needs by the policies you present or kind of restructuring in that sector.
Right.
For example, if the government, maybe the government of Lagos State, gives a trustworthy developer maybe 10 hectares of land, the developer is not buying the land, the government will provide the infrastructure and everything. I say, look, try this rent-to-own scheme for so and so company. You know that the proposed beneficiaries have regular stream of income, and they'll be able to pay their rent over 10 years. You have gradually solved the problem of housing. Do you understand? And it should be a policy what our lawmakers should look into. Those are the things. The basic need of life is what they should look into. Because if you are promulgating laws that, do you understand, that don't have direct, benefit to the populace or to the citizens, you are wasting your time. And that's why we don't trust the government.
Wasting time and trusting the government has always been a big issue. A lot of people out there have this thing where they keep on worrying. Should they put all their trust in the government? But the question is, they are the ones that run affairs. They're the ones that have these regulators in place. Without regulators, it could be free for all. Would that be good for the real estate business or not? Anyways, our third question, very quickly, before we jump into our next segment. Third one here says, and I hear you very clearly, you're making some key points. This one here says, regulatory bodies, like I did mention, and transparency. That question is key. It says the trust deficit. You already mentioned it. And so the question there, creating stronger national framework for properties, rights, and investment protection. Is this a misgiving or far cry from the truth? Can we see this moving forward? As someone who is a professional valuer, someone who is also, in all this capacity, and more importantly, capacity of a GM of a big company like that, you've seen all these things. How would you suggest that people out there should deal with it?
Okay, so the legal framework that governs land administration is the Land Use Act of 1978,
and it's old.
It's old, and it has several benefits.
Okay.
Yes, some people criticize that. It has several benefits, but there are some aspects of that law that should be amended.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now, the land use act says that the land is centrally, do you understand, given to the governor of a state to administer. That's why when you buy a property, you get your documents, they ask you to go and get governor's consent.
Yes.
Governor's consent means that you have the consent of the government to the governor to lease your building, to use your building, or to use it as mortgage.
As you choose.
So it's the governor that determines what you do with your land.
And but we still pay, land use every year.
Yes, we still pay land use charge every year. For Lagos State, land use charge, do you understand? It's just a harmonized levy of, before you used to pay ground rent. If you live in some places where they have tenement building, tenement building is what you call face me and face you. Do you understand? So they pay tenement rate, they pay ground rent. Right. Do you understand? And during Ashwaju's tenure as the governor of Lagos State, he harmonized all these laws. We now pay land use charge. Land use charge is supposed to be a levy that Lagosians contribute in order to provide, maintain, and sustain the infrastructure that we have. Right. That is one. Two, land use charge, do you understand? The rate for land use charge. If you ask your facility manager now to give you that demand notice, if you look at the rate is the capital value of this property, not the rental value. What do I mean? If this property, this is Ikoyi. This property may be sitting on 2,000 square meters. We are looking at close to 2 billion naira, where we are now. Do you understand? So they give you the rates based on the 2 billion naira, which is the capital value of this property instead of the rental value. The rental value should be that if your company lease, do you understand, this facility, how much are they supposed to pay as rent annually?
Right.
Do you understand? So it's 40, but nobody is saying anything. But what the collection, what land use charge in Lagos State should do for us is to provide facilities and infrastructure.
Facilities and infrastructure.
Yes,
I tell you,
and
yes,
it's not doing that.
It's not doing that.
So sorry, let me
Yes,
just
go ahead.
so for Land Use Act, do you understand? For Land Use Act, another deficiency is the compensation. Something happened recently along the coastal road. A real estate company got subscribers from diaspora, over 300 plots of land. Unfortunately, the alignment of the coastal road, do you understand, went into, she's a lady, went into her project. And the government is saying that, look, we can only pay you for the improvement that you have made on that land. What is the improvement? The gatehouse. What is the value of the gatehouse? 19 million naira. So she's losing 300 plots. Do you understand? Only getting 19 million naira. All the subscribers will not be compensated. So such a law should be looked into. Because you are stiffening businesses. If you're asking investors to come and your laws are not protecting businesses, it's counterproductive.
And this is bad for the
Very bad. Yes, very bad.
We hear you loud and clear. We couldn't have gotten a better person to speak on this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still with Mr. Victor Enyingwa, giving us all what we need when it comes to real estate advice. And the government should sit up to make these laws far more, soft so that people can be able to do business and drag in more investors. Before we jump up because of time, we do have our next segment. It is Deal or No Deal. This part is where we ask our industry captain and our guests, our esteemed guests like you, and we ask them what they think about a particular, either law or something, if it's a good deal for those who are coming to invest or not. So I'll jump into this. The Lagos State government is focusing on stricter real estate regulations, including reinforcement, LASRA, yes, that's it, laws, and cracking down on illegal estate. This is the catch now, right? And it's right there. See, they're clamping down. And so this is the catch now. They said 176 unauthorized developments in Etiosa alone and other areas have been marked for demolition. Mr. Victor, as a professional,
yes,
as a key player in this industry called real estate, like I said before, no better person could have answered this. Do you see this as a deal for investors to want to still come in, or a no deal for investors, whether locally or internationally?
Okay, let me be objective in answering this.
Yes, please.
Lagos State government, real estate or land to Lagos State government is what oil and gas is to Niger Delta.
Right.
So
I didn't see that coming.
Yes. So they, we have intelligent people in Lagos as government officials. They sit down, look at some issues, and come up with policies. But what they should know is, for example, the association they just formed to regulate real estate is wrong, because the only association that should regulate real estate is Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. So if they want to do that, they should work with estate surveyors and valuers, because they are trained in terms in everything land. Land administration, facilities management, development, urbanization, urban regeneration, whatever you just name it. They should get it right from that aspect and expunge that arrogance. Because we have had time and time again, we've had meetings with them and enlightened them on how to look at all these issues. Remember that they came up with rent regulation. You pay monthly, and you cannot pay monthly because the forces of demand and supply. Do you know how many people you have in Lagos State? How many people looking for accommodation? Do you understand? So it will not work. They've tried it before and it did not work. So that energy should be channeled, do you understand, to something else. Let me come back to your question.
Okay.
Now, those properties marked for demolition.
Pictures we saw on TV.
Yeah, some of them, two categories. Some were built very close to the canal. They did not observe the setback.
Right.
But the question is, most of them have approvals from Lagos, from agencies of the government.
Lagos State government.
Yes, they have approvals. Now, it rained 3 weeks ago. The whole Lagos got flooded. They just woke up and started looking for properties very close to the canal. People have invested. Do you understand? Yes, you are trying to solve the problem of flooding. Do you understand? But what happened to your own laws in terms of development? Who gave them approval? So instead of demolition, you should what? You should have, do you understand, a one-on-one meeting with them and find a way around that.
All right, because of time, we'll obviously have a part 2 of this. It's getting more interesting. I wish we had all the time to go on and on, because from where you stand, I cannot exhaust your knowledge. It's just too ambiguous. And we always want to thank you for being with us. But before we go, very quickly, as a professional, as someone who has done this for over 15 years, we know you're working on a lot of projects back to back, and also as the GM of Periwinkle's Residence, want to thank you for coming. But what are the projects you guys are working on right now that will add value to our GDP? Seal it out.
Okay, so we have several. We are developing an estate in Lekki, which is almost 30 hectares. Now, what we are doing is that we, as a company, Periwinkle Residences Limited, we are doing what mortgage banks are not doing.
Mortgage banks?
Yes, by giving subscribers, do you understand, extensive and flexible payment plan.
Right.
Yes.
And this is going to affect to grow the GDP.
Yeah, it will grow the GDP because we are giving access to subscribers to own homes. I know a client, one of my clients, who paid over 5 years. He bought a 4-bedroom for 150 million. Now the 4-bedroom is 550 million.
So in other words, our quote at the beginning of this show that says, buy real estate and wait, is valid.
It is.
I have to let you go right now.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
We cannot thank you enough.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still listening and you're still watching, as the case may be, because you listen and you hear and you watch at the same time. We want to thank you so much for being with us. Industry Focus, our wonderful guest, Mr. Victor Enyingwa, has not only made key points, he has also given us reason to think very well as you invest your money. Remember, real estate will never die. As the quote says, it says, invest in real estate and wait. Don't wait to invest. Invest now and wait. Words that you will need as an entrepreneur. Until next week, Tuesday, Onyeka Valentine is still my name, and this has been Industry Focus. Coming up next, so stay with us. This is the BD TV. Don't go away.